All right. How many of you made it to this point, to the last video in this series? I hope a few of you did. I hope you're getting something out of it. Anyway, I'm now at my conclusions. I brought all these different points into the forefront, the previous part of the lecture, because they are very important to me, and in trying to build a concept for why I continue to perform art music, and why I think it's important. First off, I want to say this. I think that art music and popular music are not the same thing. I don't believe that music is music and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I don't believe that's true. I believe that art music is typically more sophisticated than popular music is. I believe it is typically more beautiful than popular music is. And for those two reasons alone, and others, they are not the same. I do believe they function differently also. I believe art music functions as art, the art of sound, and I believe popular music functions as a commodity to be sold or used for some other purpose, ceremonial or entertainment, or just for personal reasons to feel an emotion or reminisce or whatever. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. It's just different than what art music is. So for me, I believe if we are to strive for the highest levels of beauty and ingenuity, look no further than art music, classical music. That's where it is. And so I got this idea from one of the books that I read, and it was really great. One person said that if you had your choice between an absolutely beautiful world where everything was beautiful and magnificent and glorious, and then there was another world where everything was ugly and vulgar, which one would you choose to be in if you could choose? I don't think most people would probably choose the ugly and vulgar world, at least not most of the time. I suppose we're all curious and we want to experience what's it like, but if you could only choose once, which one are you going to go with? My sense is you're going to go with the more beautiful world. And so therefore we should try to choose beauty over ugliness, I think. And so shouldn't we do this each time we play our instrument? Also, shouldn't we choose beauty over all ugliness or vulgarity? I think so. I believe we need to have this vision of beauty as musicians, as classical guitarists. I don't think it's necessary as a rock guitar player to have the same vision. It's not the same thing. It's not the same genre or art form. And so my sense when it comes down to should we include popular music in our repertoire, since there's so much beautiful art music out there, why do we need to play a Beatles tune? I really don't know. The Beatles are neat. I like them. I like a lot of popular music, still listen to a lot of it. But when it comes to perform on my instrument in public, I don't want to play popular tunes because, again, I feel like there is so much better music that's out there. Now, one of the problems for a lot of people, and the reason they choose to play a popular music song over Bach or whatever, is that oftentimes art music is more demanding. It's more difficult. And so it's easier to play a Johnny Cash song on guitar than it is to play something by Bach or the Beatles versus Bach. And I know why we choose the Beatles, because it's something maybe we grew up with, and it brings us back to our youth and all that stuff. They're catchy tunes. Okay, great. But are we really doing the Beatles justice when we play those sounds of the Beatles songs on our instruments, on this nylon string instrument? Now, especially if we take this to the wrong environment. Let's say we play it in a pub or in a subway or coffee shop with a lot of noise in the background. Now, playing a pop song in that environment, are we really classical guitarists anymore? I say not. I say we're pop musicians, and we just happen to be playing a nylon string instrument. So does Willie Nelson, for that matter. you know, but I wouldn't classify him as a classical guitarist just because he had a nylon string guitar. Anyway, so the bottom line for me is, why would you play a Beatles tune when you could play Bach? I think that sort of sums up all of the things I talked about. I wouldn't do it. I personally think that popular music does not have a place in our repertoire. And I know a lot of people have made attempts at it. We can look at Takamitsu's renditions of Beatles tunes and other things like that. But in the end, I guess I would rather listen to the Beatles playing the Beatles than someone playing a version on classical guitar. And likewise, when I go to a classical music concert, a classical guitar concert, I want to hear something beautiful and demanding and serious, and something that really is well crafted, requires real virtuosity and real beauty of sound. So you may not feel the same way, but I don't think you should just say, whatever, I just like what I like. I think you should really dig in and think about it. What do you want to do as a classical guitarist? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to portray to the world? Someone who's basically a pop musician playing a nylon string guitar, or a serious artist playing the most sophisticated music known to humankind? And I rest on that, and hopefully you've enjoyed this long and winding road, Beatles reference, and maybe got a thing or two out of it. If you want to have this discussion in person someday, I would love to. These are things I think about a lot. Let me show you a few of the books that were most influential to me. I'll include them in the list, but these are ones that really altered my thinking in music, and so I wanted to share them with you. There's just a couple of them. First and foremost, I already showed you this one, the Philosophies of Art and Beauty. This is a compilation of a number of authors over history, some great writing on music. Then this book really sort of opened my eyes up to thinking about music. Who Needs Classical Music by Julian Johnson. Really great read, worth the time and effort. Then this very interesting little book called Making Your Life as an Artist by Andrew Simonet or Simonet. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Just fantastic, feel-good kind of book about what art is and how we should approach it in our modern life. And then this stunning and modern writing on the abuse of beauty. Note the mustache on Mona Lisa. Anyway, this is by Arthur Danto. So this one's a great read, and I don't think I did any of these people justice in my discussion today. Certainly, I know I didn't. Some really deep thinkers that have weighed in on the subject of what is beautiful and is there a difference between art music and popular music and so on. Hopefully you'll maybe get a chance to read those books at some point if you're interested in this, and hopefully this will stimulate some of your own thoughts in music and why you play classical guitar. All right, look forward to seeing you in a couple of months, and we'll carry on this conversation a little further, and we'll take a look at art music and the role of perfection and how it worked in art music. Till then, carry on. We'll see you soon. Cheers.